Hi there, this is David Mealy, the founder of WhoYou. I just want to do this video to give you an overview of every possible thing that you can do within the app itself. Again, the main purpose of WhoYou is you set your geographic radius, you search for a word or phrase. Anyone else searching for that same word or phrase within your radius, their profile will appear. You can take a look, and if you like what you see, you can send them a message, and if they accept, then a conversation can begin. So from here on the word search screen, let's first go to our profile, and you do that by clicking on the button in the upper left portion of the screen. This takes you to the My Profile page. From here, we see a bunch of different options. The first thing let's do is let's take a look at our pictures. So we can make one featured. So what this does is this now changes our profile pic. If you go back to the word search screen, we can see that there. We can also delete a picture. So let's go ahead and let's delete this selfie over here on the right. And there you go, deletes that photo. If we were to delete that main profile picture there, what will happen is the next one to the right will become the new profile picture. So let's just give an example. So delete that, there you go. And now if we go back over, we are back to the new profile. So you don't have to automatically do it if there is a picture to the right. We can also view in full screen. And this allows us to see the picture all the way in full screen. We can zoom in and zoom out. We exit out, and if we want to add a picture, you click on one of those open blocks, and that allows us to go to our photo library or from our photos. Now, we don't have access to videos at this time. That will be for a later version of WhoYou, but for now, you are able to put profile pictures into your profile as well as send them to other users. So let's just go ahead and you see you can take a photo there, or you can just choose one directly from your library. So let's go ahead and choose one from the library. So it'll then upload to the different profile pictures. And then we have a few other options within the My Profile page that we want to look at as well. So we'll just take 1 second there. And now we have access to our new picture. Again, we can take a look at it full screen. We also have the bio information. This goes up to 500 characters, so you can type in until it gets to 500. We don't want to overdo the amount of bio information because, again, you learn more about the person from that conversation itself. Display name, this is the name that shows up on your word search screen, and then all of your search history terms. Now, with this, right now, if someone were to search for the word test, I would appear. However, if I go ahead and exit out of that word, by clicking on the X next to it, if someone were to search for test and I was within their radius, I would no longer appear because I am not searching for it. If we click on the gear in the upper left, we have a couple of different options here. Content preferences. Do we want to receive or hide images? This would be, let's say you're having a conversation and maybe you don't want to receive a photo from someone. You could hide those images. Objectionable material. You are able to flag users. That's what this is about. So basically, if there is ever another user who's flagged by another user, if you do click the hide button, that user will never appear for yourself or for anyone else. But let's say that maybe they were flagged by someone and it was a conversation that just didn't go in a particular way, but maybe you still want to have a conversation with them. You can still see all the users that might have been flagged once or twice. They will still appear and you can have a conversation with them. Show privacy. Again, this is show past searches. Let's say that maybe you have a sensitive topic that you want to search for, but you don't want other people to see you searching for. You're able to hide your past searches. The gender option. This is going to be more for a later build of WhoYou. Right now, it's just listing what you are, but eventually you will be able to cater your conversations only to these different options. So say you only wanted to speak with women or with men. You now have those options available to you, or non-binary individuals. Our geographic range, again, it goes from 1 mile all the way up to 100, and then the ability to log out of the app as well. So now let's go back to the home page. And from here, we've set our geographic radius to 100 miles. Let's go ahead and search for the word test. And we will see everyone else with 100 miles who is searching for the word test. And at that point, we'll then be able to take a look at their profiles and have a conversation with them. Now, these are all practice accounts as a part of the process of creating the application. But we can see each of these people, 9 different people, are searching for tests within 100 miles. Now, let's go back and let's do an example of what would happen if we decreased our range all the way down. Let's decrease it to 8 miles because this guy and it said that he was 33 miles away. So let's go ahead and do a test search again. 0. Now, because that guy is beyond that 8-mile geographic radius, none of them are going to show up. So let's go ahead and let's switch the geographic radius back to 100 miles. And let's now go ahead and search for, let's say that we had searched for test and no one else was searching for that. And we had it all the way up to 100 miles. There just is no one around us searching for test. What we can do is the See Activity Near You button. So we can go ahead and click there. And this is going to pull in all of those individuals within 100 miles, whatever your radius is, what they are searching for. Now, you can't search for these individuals from this information here, but you can type it in and start that search. We want to make it so that you're not just, clicking on any term. You actually have an interest in this thing that you are searching for, and you're not just going willy-nilly hoping to, start to match with someone. You actually are going to want to search for that word, take a look at that person, and then start the conversation. So now from the screen, we can then search for test, and the search will act as it did before, as you see there. So we also have the recommended search text. This is basically, this is the most searched for word within your geographic radius. So it gives you the opportunity to see that, you're not alone out there. There are other people on the application and they are searching for things as well. And if you search for test, you can see each of them that is searching for it as well. Another cool thing about our search function, if you go back to your different words, if you click on one of those words, the search will begin. So you don't just have to do it from the word search screen. You can click it directly from your past history. Now let's go ahead and search for test again, and let's take a look at the other person's profile and see some of the things we can do from there. So we can see this. If we were to click on any of these words here, there are other searches that they have done, we can see the other searches in the area. So you can also do a search that way. So that's 3 different ways that you can actually make a quick search. You can see their About Me section, there are other pictures that they have listed there. If you have a negative experience with the user, you can click on Flag the User. And again, that goes back to the settings that we had before where you can literally block that particular user if you don't want to talk to them. But let's just go ahead and have a conversation with this person. Hey, how's it going? And it will show what we have shared our interest in because we matched about tests. Obviously, we might want to say something about tests, but this is just an example. So at this point, this test account, this other user, they need to accept the conversation before it can begin. So this conversation may never start if that other person does not accept it. But at this point, now we're just waiting for that other person to go. And if they do not accept it, if it's deleted, basically it will delete from both mine and theirs conversation lists. So then we can also go and click on these dots at the top, and we can also flag the user, delete the conversation, or just cancel out. So let's just go ahead and delete this. There's really nothing happening with that conversation, so there it goes. But let's go back to the search screen right here, and we also have the conversation list screen. So if you click on the button in the upper right, this takes you to the conversation list screen, and this shows us all of our conversations that you've ever had with another person. And again, you're able to click on one of these conversations, it will take you to this conversation list screen, and you can delete. Let's go to one that has a little bit more of a conversation in it. And here you go, you can see some of the things. It basically is just like a text conversation. You can say, hey, how are you? And if you click on the paperclip, you're able to add photos. You can take a photo, you can add it directly from the library, but again, no videos at this time. That is something to come in the future. So let's go ahead and add that photo. It's going to upload it to the message itself, and then we can send that message to the other person. So first it needs to collect that data about the photo, and then it will add it directly in there. So now the photo has been added. Let's go ahead and click send. And now you see the photos there. If you did do the option to hide that material, let's do an example of what that would look like. Let's go ahead and let us hide images. You'll see that in the conversation, that image is now hidden. And one of the things we're working on too is basically that, in that conversation, it should only be showing the ones that have come to you, not the ones that you have sent. So that is basically what would happen. So if she were to look at the conversation now, she would not see that particular image. So that is all of the different functions that WhoYou has. Again, on its most basic level, you set your geographic radius and see who else is searching for things out there around you. But there are a lot of different tools within WhoYou to make it a more personalized experience. So again, this is the MVP, the minimum viable product. We're looking to add new things after we roll out on Friday, January 10th. But we're looking forward to the next steps. So please let me know if you have any questions about this video, and happy to go into further depth. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.